Hey YouTube, Zealous Talon here, and this is the review for the Legacy Power Morpher White Ranger Edition from the Power Rangers movie. Well, the first one, Mighty Morphin, the movie. We don't talk about Turbo in this house. But anyway, so here's the box. Stark difference from the other boxes that we've seen so far. In fact, I'm gonna grab the green-white Morpher box just so you can kind of see just how different they are. So this is more of like the vintage Power... This is styled more after like the vintage Power Ranger toys from like the actual Mighty Morphin line that tied in with the TV show. This is how they packaged the movie stuff back in the day. I remember. This is actually pretty close to that aesthetic. You have the gold-colored film reel everywhere. The logo was all in silver. It says the movie. You have the 6 Rangers right there with their movie masks, you know, indicative of the movie costumes. So that's cool. Has die-cast, only at Toys R Us, like all of the other Legacy stuff. I mean, you can also get it from a lot of different online stores, but Toys R Us is the only brick-and-mortar retailer you're gonna find this. This did come out about a year ago, around the same time as the like the Tiger Zord and Saba did. Here on the side you have White Ranger in his movie gear with the Falcon on his chest and on his belt, replacing the Tiger coin since he has the power of Ninjetti. Got the story for the movie on the back, as well as a picture of the Morpher and the 2 coins included. You get the Falcon coin and the Tiger coin. Same picture on the other side. And that's about it. So here is our Morpher, our Falcon coin, and our Tiger coin. And we, as is tradition, we get the belt piece for the Morpher. So we're going to be having a little bit of comparison going on between this and the original Morpher. And first and foremost, it's a much shinier finish on this. This has actually got a polished finish on it. And then it also doesn't say Power Rangers around the red band. Also, instead of having like the default black, which is going to be a lot less noticeable if they... this difference is going to be a lot less noticeable if they get around to ever doing atoms, which they haven't announced yet. But you have white, and this is actually going to be color-coded for every Ranger. They have announced that they're doing Rocky, Billy, and Kimberly's Morphers, which will be red, blue, and pink respectively. So we're just waiting on those to come out, and then hopefully they will give us Aisha and Adams later on to complete the set, because I will totally buy all of that. I don't give a shit. I will spend $300 more on Morphers. I don't care, because I'm just that kind of a person. I will buy all of these, since I already started with Tommy's. So on the back, instead of gold, it's silver now, as we can see here. And then instead of having the multicolor sticker, it is a paint app with the respective color of the Ranger. So, which is nice, because then you're not going to break your sticker over that screw hole, but the screws are a little bit more noticeable now. Unfortunately, being polished, it is a fingerprint magnet, so I'm going to kind of handle it a little bit gingerly. But that's kind of all we need to look at for Morpher to Morpher comparison. The other thing I want to point out, though, is that the coins are much shinier. Here we have the Falcon coin, which I'm just going to pop into the Morpher right now, because I kind of prefer this look. Hopefully I don't have to change that if they release the other Morphers without their ninja coins, which if they do, I'm going to be pissed, even though I'll still probably be buying them. But here we have this is the vintage Tiger. It's not vintage. This is the Tiger coin from the green White Ranger Morpher, and this is the Tiger coin from the White Ranger movie Morpher. So as you can see, it still has the texturing, but it doesn't have the wash. So it looks a lot cleaner and brighter. Otherwise, it's the same coin, though. Even says Power Rangers on the back. Doesn't even say Power Rangers the movie. Even the Falcon coin doesn't say Power Rangers the movie. It just says Power Rangers. So that's kind of nifty. That they're a little bit shinier and what have you. So we can set that off to the side. And then the last little piece is, of course, the belt clip, which is in white. Because guess what? These are all going to be color-coded too, as per the movie. So that's nifty. And then, of course, it sits in just like the rest of them did. And then you can still pop the plates open. Everything else about this is the same. Same activation noise, or same on noise, same morph noise. And then when you hold the button, still get the theme song being Morpher. It's still the no lyrics version. The internal electronics of this are completely identical to the Morphers before it. Although actually I kind of have to... Not sure if this is the same. Because I remember there was a little bit of a difference, it seemed, between the original Morpher and the green-white Morpher. But I think this is pretty much, you know, I mean, you're getting the same thing. I mean, that's kind of just minutia at that point. But, I mean, it does all the same stuff. And a lot of people are going to be kind of, like, unhappy about that, expecting, you know, a little bit more variation than just the paint job between the Morphers. And that's kind of fair, you know, I mean... And if you don't want to get it, it's kind of an easy pass. I mean, I would say if you're going to get one Morpher, it should be the original. If you're going to get a couple of... And then if you want, you know, you can pick up the green-white Morpher and there, boom, your team is done and you've only had to purchase 2 Morphers. This is like the gateway to a hardcore collection that may or may not be regretted at some point. Probably won't be, but, you know... I'll probably be looked at like I'm a little bit of a nutcase, even by my other friends that like the Power Rangers, because it's like, oh, shit, I went and spent $60 on this. They're about to launch 3 more that I'll drop another 180 on, and then, hey, when the next 2 come out, that's another 120. But, I mean, and that's if they do Adam and Aisha's, which if they don't, after doing the other 4, I'll be pissed. But, this is, yeah, that's all just kind of wishes, prayers, and speculation. This is still a really nice piece, and I really like how, even though it's essentially the same toy as before, it does have enough of an aesthetic difference to warrant picking up. It especially, and that is kind of the nice thing about these, is like, you know, they all have their little subtle differences, so you can just pick up whichever one is your favorite if you don't want to pick up all of them. If you want just one of the movie Morphers, you can, you know, you can either get this one if you like Tommy, or you can wait for Rocky, Billy, and Kimberly's to come out if you like those characters more. And then, you know, should they end up doing Adam and Aisha as well, you can, you know, you can wait on those and see what you want to get, you know. You don't have to get all of these. So, you know, I don't understand people complaining about the price all that much. It might be nice if they were 50 instead of 60, like maybe a little bit less, since they've been, you know, beating this into the, well, I don't want to say beating it into the ground, but since they've released this item before with other decos. But, you know, that's the thing, you don't have to buy it. You know, it's very optional. Like, this isn't even the definitive version of the Morpher, certainly not in my opinion anyway. The other 2 have a little bit more going on and are a little bit more versatile in terms of display. So I do recommend it if you're a fan of the Power Morphers, and if you know, want to have some, you know, higher end, like, you know, collectibles from the movie, this kind of works well, you know. And if you want to get all the movie Morphers, like I would eventually kind of like to have that, should they decide to go the whole 9 yards, you know, it's nice, you know. And I do recommend it for what it is, you know, but it's a very, very much a your mileage may vary / you have to really kind of know what you're getting into, and know what you want out of it. So I would, it's kind of something I wouldn't recommend to the casual collector. This is, I would say, for the hardcore collector that, you know, really, really wants more stuff, I guess. But this is Ben Town with the Legacy Power Morpher White Ranger Movie Edition. Such a mouthful.